What's up, America? I'm Danny T. Welcome to the show. Well, over the weekend, Russia and Ukraine took a little break, a little ceasefire break to honor Orthodox Easter. I think that's really cool. My family's Orthodox, so it's amazing that two countries can put their differences aside, even with all the strong hate that they have for each other. You know, take a little day off for a mutual little ceasefire. Meanwhile, over in the Middle East, BB can't go one day without attacking someone around him, which is pretty crazy to me. That's why I find it hard to subscribe to either side over there, whether it's Israel or Iran or Pakistan or anything in the Middle East. It's just a different world out there than it is here. Um, yeah, it's just crazy to me. He was claiming he didn't get the memo, I guess, which is again crazy to me. The Mossad is supposed to be one of the top intelligence agencies, and you didn't know that your allies wanted a 30-day break, so we could talk peace and maybe resolve some stuff out there. It's just crazy to me how anyone defends either one of these regimes, any one of these countries out there, any one of these nations, whatever. It's not America. That's becoming clearer and clearer to me the longer these conflicts go on out there. Nonetheless, Trump put out a 15-point plan during this ceasefire. Uh, hopefully, hopefully this happens. I'm not sure if it will or not yet. Going over the 15-point plan, though, one of the things he wants is to totally dismantle nuclear facilities out there in Iran. I've said this before. A nuclear Iran is pretty detrimental to not just the United States but the world, in my opinion. As we saw by when this conflict started and they started just randomly attacking embassies and countries around them for no reason, just throwing a hissy fit. Imagine that with a bunch of nukes. It's just a pretty scary thought, in my opinion. I hope terrifies you too. Um, on top of this, he wants no enrichment of uranium anymore out there. Any uranium that they have out there that's already enriched needs to be handed over to the United States. Again, I think this is great. Nothing sounds bad to me yet. Uh, they want a cap on how far their ballistic missiles can travel. Uh, again, seeing how they flipped out and started attacking people, I don't think they deserve that. I don't think any nation should be left defenseless. They definitely should have weapons for defending themselves, but I think it's time we get a tighter grip on who they can attack and how far they can reach. Um, I don't trust Iran with anything. It's just crazy to me that anyone supports them. Um, on top of this, they want to fully open up the Strait of Hormuz. Uh, start getting oil flowing again. Maybe get some of these gas prices back down. Places in the world that need oil have been suffering lately with these closures going on and the conflict. Hopefully, it all pays off in the end. Now, on top of this, they want Iran to fully stop funding terrorist organizations, places like Hezbollah, things like that. Um, Again, I find it crazy. Everyone says they're the religion of peace, but yet, their greatest allies are terrorists. It's just insane to me. Now, this isn't just taking, part of the 15-point plan is giving back. If they play ball with us, we would definitely lift some of the sanctions off of them, and they would pretty much have free nuclear energy for life. They wouldn't have to worry about enriching uranium or anything like that. Just free power for all of Iran forever. I think it's pretty great. I think it's very generous of Trump to do that. But nonetheless, Iran shot back with their 10-point plan. They want all sanctions lifted. They want to keep Hormuz just like it is, maybe even tighten up on it. The reason why I think they might tighten up on it is because they also want the United States to pull totally out of Iran. All the troops, everything like that. They, excuse me. They also want to keep the enriched uranium that they do have, and they want to keep going nuclear, which is insane to me. I don't take this seriously at all. I don't think Trump does. But even on top of this, after all that, they want the U.S. to have some type of treaty with them where we never go back there and we never attack them again, no matter what they do. Uh, it's just insane. That just doesn't work for me. Um, it's just a joke. I hope it's a joke. As of right now, there is still a ceasefire and talks going on. Um, I think we're going to be closer to Trump's 15-point plan than we are Iran's. But nonetheless, I'm definitely interested to see where this goes. Hopefully, BB can just stop attacking everything around him for a second so we can try and, harness this and take control of that area a little better. Uh, I really think this is the only way we're ever going to get peace in that area, in my opinion. But moving off of this, Trump is getting a lot of heat for the Iranian conflict. I think tensions have been boiling over in the Republican Party even before this, but this has definitely brought a lot of it to light. He has been going after the podcast bros, or I believe they're called the far right now. New little term. Uh, to me, they're just Democrats. If you say the same things Democrats say, you want the same things Democrats want. I just consider you a Democrat. Um, I do think Trump is only attacking one side, though, with the propaganda machine being pushed. I do think, there's definitely the podcasters that are anti what we're doing over in Iran and trying to make you believe that Iran is great, but you also have the other side of people trying to make you believe that Israel is great. And I find it hard to believe either side, as I've said. Um, I try and stay right in the middle. I try and view life on what is best for the United States. I don't think either of them at the end of the day is uh, gonna complete us or make us better in any way. Um, you have the podcast guys like Tucker and Candace and Megan Kelly, trying to convince you that Iran is so peaceful and awesome and they love Christians, yet, a lot of these Islamic countries, we see the Christian genocides going on. Um, we see how Christians are treated. You can hear by their, we're infidels. That's Christians are infidels to them. So it's insane to think that we should be on their side. It's hard to believe that they're anything but warmongers. Um, on top of that, you look at the other side with Israel, as I've said, you have people trying to convince you that, you know, they have a democracy over there like we do. They are a democracy, but it's not quite like us. There are still journalists disappear or get arrested out there from time to time. Um, again, to think that they are anything but warmongers is insane to me. So I just think the whole Middle East is a different ball game. I think everyone out there is still barbarians. They're stuck in a stone age. It's just nonstop war, nonstop conflict, as we see. Even the little bit that we've been involved there, and the lights that's being shined in from the darkness out in the Middle East. Uh, they're just not like us. None of them. So I find it hard to subscribe to either side of these podcasters out here claiming to be America first, claiming to be MAGA, and they support Israel or they support Iran, they support Palestine. It's just, ah, you know, I know I go after I go after Islam a lot more than I do Israel, but at the end of the day, I just don't think either one of them works with us. We can be allies, we can be friends, we can work together, but I don't think we should be 100% accepting of either side. And anyone telling you otherwise, I just feel like they're full of shit. There are plenty of podcasters out there that are still down the middle, trying to give you facts, trying not to push propaganda. It's not hard to find them. They don't get as many views or clicks as these guys, but they're out there. Not to mention some of these woke rightsters are losing followers. At least with the Republicans, Democrats are starting to get turned on to people like Tucker and stuff like that. Um, whereas, people like me, it's finally time to walk away from some of them, I guess, which sucks. I say it all the time. I just miss real journalism. I don't care what your opinion is. Our opinions can differ, but uh, I just want facts and to learn something. And I feel it's getting harder and harder to find good shows like that. News outlets, it's hard to find. It's just hard everywhere. All the fake stuff being pushed out. Just try and keep yourself informed. I'm not telling you who to listen to, who to not listen to. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. Just make sure you're not believing BS out there. That's all it is. But moving off of this, coming back home, the first lady came out. Uh, in my opinion, this is a bigger step towards justice in the Epstein cases than we're being told. She came out trying to clear her name, but she also, called out to Congress saying she wants the Epstein victims to get their day in court, to get their voice out. Um, the critics are still chirping away, but I think this is great. Um, if you think the Trumps are involved or anything like that, this is a good way to get that out there, right? So no matter what you believe, uh, I think we all just want the truth out there. I tend to believe the first lady. I believe the president. I don't think they're involved with all that. I think it is a lot of just BS being pushed out, a lot of misinformation going out there. But I think this is going to be great if some of these victims do take her up on this offer. If Congress does this, this is the start of what I've been wanting for a while. This is going to get the ball rolling, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I really think this is like the opening that uh, any of us who want closure in the Epstein files, the Epstein cases, this is the start of that. Hopefully, which I think is great. Again, critics still chirping, but we're going to see what happens. A lot of people have been let go, as I've said. You see people even in the UK and all over the place. Um, they go in, they get talked to, they get let go. They definitely resign from their jobs and this and that, but there's no one in jail. Hopefully, this brings a change to that, at least in the United States. I think it's going to be harder to get some of these international people in here for trial. Um, but this is great. Pam Bondi was supposed to go in. Uh, I don't know why she's not. Apparently, because she's not the AG anymore, she doesn't have to comply with this subpoena. But Bill Gates is definitely going in. Bill Gates is going to uh, be interviewed by the Oversight Committee on June 10th, I believe it is, which is awesome. He's definitely one of the people on my list that I wanted to get investigated. High figure, uh, multi-millionaire, rubbing elbows with Epstein. Um, this is a start for me. If you watched any of my Epstein episodes, I've given a lot of names before. This is definitely a start in the right direction, in my opinion. Talking to Gates, hopefully it doesn't end up like all the other ones, the Clintons, Leon Black, all them somehow just get away with whatever they want. Hopefully Bill Gates is different. Hopefully it's different. Hopefully we get some more insight. Hopefully he actually remembers. A lot of these people seem to have amnesia when it comes to what they were doing back in the 90s with Epstein, 90s, early 2000s, all the way till he got arrested. Yeah, a lot of these people knew what was going on even after his first arrest, kept hanging out with him. It would be nice to see what was going on with that. It would be nice to hear from these victims. I really think this is like I said, a light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully this starts a snowball effect into the mass arrest I've been wanting to see. Probably you've been wanting to see. I just think it's great. I wish somehow they got Bondi in there too. I know I've gone back and forth on Bondi a lot, but nonetheless, I do think she deserves a little time in front of the Congress to answer some questions instead of her just getting deflect when she was AG. It's a positive note. Moving on to just a horrible thing, in my opinion. We all remember Iryna uh, over in North Carolina. She's the girl that got stabbed to death by a mental case on the subway. Uh, Unfortunately, Decarlos Brown, they're deeming him unfit to go through a trial. Um, a lot of the psych facilities are overflowing, the few we have. So it might be a long time before he even gets placed into a psych ward. I think this is absolute bullshit. Um, when a dog has rabies and bites someone, we put that dog down. This person, Mr. Brown here, has 14 priors. He gets more and more violent. Till the explosion we saw on the bus. You know what? In my opinion, this is an animal that needs to be put down too. Um, you know, it's crazy that there's just no accountability. 14 times of getting let go, and now he's gonna sit in a cozy hospital. I'm not okay with that. I hope you're not okay with that. I just think it's absolute trash. Um, People like this, their mental states aren't going to fix themselves. They're going to sit in a hospital the rest of their lives, or we could put them down. And I definitely think corporal punishment should still be okay, whether you're mentally fit or not. Especially someone like this. This person is not going to get better. They claim they heard voices in their head. They claim all this crazy schizo shit. Um, they don't belong on the streets. They don't belong in jail. I don't think they belong on this earth anymore. Uh, I feel like we'd be doing them a favor by putting them out of their misery, getting the demons out of their head, not to mention the families of the victims, not just him, but all of these nutcases that are walking around our streets. Um, it's insane. I do think we need more mental facilities, but for things like this, I, I don't think anything other than corporal punishment is okay. I don't even want him in jail. I think people like this need to be dealt with. Um, you can say you're crazy, that's fine, put you in a home. But once you start getting violent, once you start taking lives, your mental state should be more of a reason to put you to sleep, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like things I talk about on here, America, give my channel a like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Rumble. It's where I like to be. And I'll see you later, America.